Take one.
Hello, today we're going to go over what will be the third experiment in our A&P labs. You will encounter this likely in the second week of our spring semester, and this is our ECG Power Lab experiment. So we're going to again view something that will be a interpretation of our heart rate. Specifically, we're looking at the electrical events of the heart this week. And the setup is going to be a little bit more complicated than your introductory lab that we went over in the fall, more on the level of the EMG, your second experiment. So what I'm going to do is open up this Power Lab box, and inside here I'm going to grab out from the bottom the things that I always need: the USB cable, the power cable, and then finally the AD Instruments Power Lab box. So this is what I'll need in every experiment that we do. Then for today we need some other specific things. And from the bottom portion here, we are going to grab what's called a shielded bioamp cable. So this is this cable right here. So it's shielded, and the shielding basically reduces the electromagnetic fields in this cable. That's going to also enable us to connect different leads on different channels. So here it actually labels the channel 1, and there's a positive and negative, and then there's channel 2, and there's a positive and negative. There's also a earth. So this is our grounding lead right there. Now, what I'll grab from the top are some wires that are fortunately color coordinated, and all these wires are nicely coiled. This is the way we want to put everything away. This is going to be great for the next time you use the Power Lab system, or some of your peers come into the next lab and use this. So let's make sure that we coil the things up nicely. And after I've grabbed that, I'm going to grab out these clamps. Now, the clamps enable us to, through a very non-invasive type of setup, enable us to look at the ECG. So once I've grabbed that, I'm pretty much set up to go. So I'm going to just take this box out of the way. I close it up, make sure nothing's sticking out of it, and move it out of my way. So now I have everything that I need to set things up. And what I'll do are the basic things, the things that you should already know how to do first. So first I'm grabbing the Power Lab power cable, plugging it into the back of the device here. It's going to go right into there. And right next to that is our power switch. So I will plug that in. Over to the other side is the USB hookup. There's a little USB icon both on the box and on the cable. So I'm going to plug that in. And those are the basics to get this to work every time. Now, over on this side of the table, we actually have a power strip. So I'm just going to plug that in over here. And now I'm powering my box. Right now there are lights on. I'm just going to turn that off briefly till I get everything hooked up. And I'm going to hook the USB cable up to the front of my computer here. And now we're set up so the box is powered. I'm just going to click this switch on, and what you'll notice is that there will be lights turning on right over there. Now, we are going to hook this up to what's called the bioamp input right over here. And from there, we're just going to hook up these cables, which are nicely color-coded. So for today, what we're going to do is simulate a lead 2. A lead 2 works off of a setting of 3 electrodes on the body, 1 positive, 1 negative, and 1 ground. We have covered this information in our pre-lab content for the week, so that's going to cover the physiology side of the ECG. For right now, I'm going to use channel 1, and this indicates that I need a white for my negative. It needs a black for my positive, and then the green is simply the ground. Now, if you remember Eindhoven's triangle, the lead 2 is simulated by hooking up the right arm and the left leg. What we'll also use is we'll use a ground on the right leg. So this gives us really a current running through the right arm to the right leg, and it gives us a view of the heart across our chest. So what I'll do now is just hook up the corresponding clamps to the corresponding colors, and it's just a simple clip that I go on there with, like that with. For today, we will use the red. Keep it going, we're just going to rewind that so we're okay until this point right here. Okay, so to simplify things, what we're going to use is we're going to connect our, boy, this is silly.